Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Kira Banantari Yamuna Tira Banantari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Banantari Yamuna Tira Banantari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Gaur Primanande, Dayam Vishupad Paramahamsa, Pri Rajagacharya Stotra Satya, Sri Srimad, His Divine Grace, Chilaboy Charan Naravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind Ki Skandi Viti Founder Charyas Divine Grace Sri Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Samaveta Bhakti Vrind Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantaraj Mad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaura Primanande, all gladies to be assembled devotees, all gladies to be assembled devotees, all gladies to be assembled devotees, all gladies to see Guru and to see Gauranga, all gladies to Sri Prabhupada Ki. I see a light, famous statement. Yeah, you see a light? Yes. When the sun is up, we don't need any competitors, no competition. We should be thinking about having our own devotees in charge of gardening. It's a topic we'll probably discuss tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll be having a Stagosti, yeah. But not during Bhagavatam class. Someone can keep that in mind as agenda topic. Important. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Takshuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalitam Shri Visakanditam Sya Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Siti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyaeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara, Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author Nasta Prayasabhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and the loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nisreya Sayalokasya Dhanyam Swasyayanam Mahat. The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, as Sri Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Sarabhyai Namaha Om Sarabhyai Namaha Om Sarabhyai Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to our morning program. Continuing from Canto number 1, chapter 18. Parikshit Maharaj cursed by a Brahmana boy. And yes, text at 36. Yes. Iti Uktava Rosha Tamraksho Vayasyan Rishi Balakaha Koshiki Apa Upasprisya Vag Vajram Visasarja Ha Ichuktva Roshatam Raksho Vayasyan Rishi Balakaha Koshikyapa Upasprisya Vajram Visasarjaha Ichuktva Roshatam Raksho Vayasyan Rishi Balakaha Koshikyapa Upashvisya Bhagavajram Visasarjaha Ityuktava Roshatam Raksho Vayasyan Rishi Balakaha Koshikyapa Upasprisya Bhagavajram Visasarjaha Ityuktva Roshatam Raksho Vayasan Rishi Balakaha Koshikyapa Upasprisya Bhagavajram Visasarjaha Ityuktva Roshatam Raksho Vayasan Rishi Balakaha Bhagavajram Visasarjaha Ityuktva Roshatam Raksho Koshikyapa Upasprisya Bhagavajram Visasarjaha Iti. Thus, Uktva, saying, Roshatamra Akshaha, with red hot eyes, due to being angry. Vayasyan, unto the playmates. Rishibalakaha, the son of a rishi. Koshiki, the river Koshika. Apaha, water. Upasprisya, by touching. Vak, words. Vajram, thunderbolt. Visasarja, through. Ha, in the past. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The son of the Rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of the river Koshika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolt of words. Can you repeat after me? The son of the Rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of the river Koshika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolt of words. Purport. The circumstances under which Maharaj Parikshit was cursed were simply childish, as it appears from this verse. Shringi was showing his impudency amongst his playmates who were innocent. Any sane man would have prevented him from doing such great harm to all human society. by killing a king like Maharaj Parikshit just to make a show of acquired Brahminical power. The inexperienced son of a Brahmana committed a great mistake. Translation again. The son of the rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of the river Kaushika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolt of words.
These Kaushik rivers are in Nepal. We crossed Kaushik river and then reached Viratnagar, and where Maharaj Pariksit, Mama Ghar, like that.
Acha, okay.
It originates in Uttarakhand and then goes on towards
Himalaya,
Himalaya, Uttarakhand,
Himalaya, and then entered India
and then
So,
goes to
through
Virat.
Nepal.
okay.
There is a name for this name Kosi. Kosi. Water
Mm,
is called Kosi River
okay.
in Nepal.
So you can very much identify with this verse. This is your verse. Kushika, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Starts actually from Uttarakhand, same place where Yamuna Ganga originates. Koshi.
Uh-huh. Okay. Getting a little geography in place here. Uh, Interesting. So that means that so many rivers are coming from the Himalaya.
Yes,
I mean, not only the Ganga.
Yeah.
pretty much most of them.
It's
Ganga,
amazing.
Yamuna, Kosi, Sarayu.
Also, huh?
The main source of all the water in India is Himalaya. So 80% of the water coming from Himalaya, and
There's
it's
one
relatively
river
different.
which most of us don't know that is coming from the Himalayas, and what's it called now? Uh, it passes through about 4 or 5 countries. It goes all the way to Cambodia,
Mm.
and the name that it has is just not coming to mind right now. Um, Means actually Mother Ganga, because it's one of the uh, just like there's a whole description actually in the Bhagavatam regarding how the descent of the Ganges, who up until the time of King Bhagirat was not on the planet Earth, was actually coming down only up to the moon. Very interesting history. And it was King Bhagirat, as described in the Bhagavatam, who wanted to purify his forefathers, and he prayed for the descent of the Ganges, and 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 there are different major um, rivulets, well, rivers actually, not just rivulets, that go in so many different directions, north, east, south, and west.
Mm.
Mm. So one of those rivers um, is, if you look at
It's
Cambodia,
called Mekong.
Mekong.
It
Thank you,
goes all the way
Mekong.
from Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam, Cambodia, and then goes into the ocean.
Yeah, Mekong. So Mekong means May is mother.
Mm.
Yeah, Mekong. Mekong is Mother Ganga. Mother Ganga. Many words. It's a huge river.
Yeah,
It's a huge
big.
river, right? And it goes through Phnom Penh,
Mm.
which is the capital, and then goes through Vietnam, and then yes. So
Tibetan name is Lanchang. Name different place.
okay, yeah. So here it's interesting how to perform Just like here, touching water. Touching water is significant. Brahmanas, you know, I mean, traditionally Brahmanas were sannyasis, no? They would have two things. When Lord Chaitanya, Danda and Kamandalu. Yeah, water. Okay, water is always, especially for Brahmanas, water is like if there's no water, they can't do anything. So here, we touch water to purify ourselves, and here there's a whole brief description of before or invoking mantra. One touches water. Uh, Water is a medium through which energies can be transferred. Um, I mean, that's a whole subject matter in itself. But so the main point here, of course, which is being mentioned, is that Sringi was playing with ordinary boys. Well, probably not ordinary, probably other brahmanas, or might have been a mixture of usually we play with people who are, friends who are probably also
Birds of feather flock together.
correct. Yeah, and but they were probably his age, and Prabhupada mentions how if an elderly person would have been there, he would have tried to check him, but he was on his own, and he sometimes in a group, children will want to, we say, show off. And for someone who has, brahminical powers, then one shows off by invoking certain mantras. Mantras are unknown largely, and mantras are because we don't have such type of qualified brahmanas, but the power, mantra means sound vibration. Sound vibration is very, very powerful. The material sound vibration is very powerful. We use, of course, sound vibration every day, every moment. Whenever we speak to one another, we use sound vibration. And sound conveys, we can understand when someone, as a matter of fact, it's described that one of many qualities that leaders should have is that they should, when they speak, they should speak in a particular tone, and then hearing their words should be pleasing to the ears. So we convey so many feelings and emotions. When we analyze Srila Prabhupada's, I reflect on it occasionally, when we analyze Srila Prabhupada's speech, not only his lectures, but conversations. Some people are just like more, they're born good speakers. They're born whatever they have. Prabhupada had this very, it was very, I would say, prominent feature, very wonderful quality of of putting a lot of weight in his words, a lot of feeling also. It's, I would say, remarkable, and that's to me, at least personally, that what makes hearing Prabhupada's classes appealing, very appealing. That's beside the content. The content is extremely powerful, and the medium by which that content is delivered is also very powerful. It's an art actually, and we know that Prabhupada was was part of dramas, so there's a whole art in they give courses at speaking. There's a whole art. I remember many years back in VIHE in the early days, in the 80s, mid 80s, when VIHE started in Vrindavan. At that time, it was called, I believe, Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education. Then it became Vaishnava Institute of Higher Education. Same name same letters. And one of the courses that it was Advaita Jayadvaita Maharaj. Yeah, Jayadvaita Maharaj. He was giving a course that was called something like clear thinking and clear speaking. Because, well, unless one comes from that kind of culture, but most people, uh, when we become Krishna conscious, we have to, think clearly, because whatever we speak has to make sense, and it makes sense not only, it makes sense in terms of shastric sense. It should be based on Shastra. So very important actually for all of us because we are, whether we recognize or understand it or not, but we are all representatives actually of parampara. One does not need to be a Diksha guru to, to be representing, this whole culture and this knowledge that is there in these transcendental literatures, and how we convey, how we express this knowledge is actually very important as well. So there's not really so much more there unless someone has some comment to make on this. And if that's
yes. What is Bhagavad Gita 17:15 speaks about speech quality, which should be about 5 qualities that are mentioned. Gentle, beneficial, hita, non-agitating, anudvega, nourished by scriptural recitations, svadhyaya, abhyasana. These are the mentioned.
What's the first one again? Pleasing.
Truthful, such
truthful.
And the second one is pleasing, gentle, priya.
Okay. Yeah. So it's right there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, correct?
It's the austerity of the speech.
Oh, austerity of speech, yes. Yeah. That's probably a course that someone should be giving during our, Kartik semester. I see it's a course that maybe our Shivangshu should think about giving, because he has a bit of a knack for, how did you pick up your English? Just naturally, or it's part of the family?
Yes, by hearing the lectures.
By hearing lectures.
Mostly by lectures.
Mostly by lectures.
Lectures and readings.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Who was it? I was asking one devotee recently, I forget, who had come here, I think, and he was from here. I was asking you. You might have forgotten. I believe it was you, because when he first came, not too long ago, I was asking him, I think it was you, if you knew English and how did you learn, then the answer was by reading Prabhupada's books. Did you? Yeah, right.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know one devotee. I think,
English by that.
huh?
I know the English by that.
Very
Yeah,
By reading Prabhupada's books.
Many devotees actually. I'll
yeah,
confess
yeah.
to you as well.
I learned English in school, but I couldn't learn it. But when I really wanted to understand Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam, after 2 months, every day I translated for myself, and it was a big austerity for me and for someone who wanted to help me to read my translations. At one point, he thought, "Oi, who translated to you?" I translated. No, you don't know so much to English, but it just happened.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there, I know this in Hyderabad. um, one devotee who, my godbrother, so he was telling, he says, when I first joined as a devotee, like, so 70s, I didn't know a word of English. And, there were not so many Indians, I mean, people from India who were devotees. It was predominantly Westerners. He said, Prabhupada had come to Hyderabad, and he had all of these English, American, European boys and girls, and I couldn't communicate with them, and then so I told Prabhupada, what am I going to do? I I can understand that something is happening here. Then Prabhupada, just read my books, and that's what he did, similar to yourself, and he could speak very good English. So if we want to learn English, if we want to learn Sanskrit, that's the easy way to actually do it. So we have like testimonies, 3 testimonies right here.
Philosophy, general knowledge,
Right.
everything.
It's like one big package deal, Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
I was never a reader. I never liked reading, but when I came across Prabhupada's books, I didn't stop.
Yeah, right. Correct. Yeah. Because not only the content, but the way it's presented, and so many. Prabhupada was very expert in analyzing words, in breaking up words.
Using words like Sanskrit.
And making new words, actually.
Modes of nature.
Yeah, many new expressions that, I mean, Prabhupada's intelligence was so keen, so acute, very precise. Prabhupada was very remarkably precise in the use of words and conveying, we could say, hidden, what was generally hidden meanings, even behind things that are supposed to be obvious. Yeah.
And just everyone knows, like, who's learning Sanskrit a little bit. Sanskrit is a beautiful language for converting your emotions.
Yes.
How by they are reciting verses, it's just emotional. Just listening it, you feel the emotion of the speaker.
Correct. Yeah, I think I was mentioning that some time back. I remember I was watching a video of this was, I think, from the Sri Sampradaya, and sometimes they have, it's part of the Vedic tradition, debate. They have discussions, but it was all in Sanskrit, and I was just fascinated by how they were going around, and although I don't know Sanskrit, but still, as you mentioned, Sanskrit is, so that's why, Prabhupada, he mentions way back in 56 in his essay on Gita Nagari that Sanskrit should have been the national language, official language for India. And that should be part of what we should be aiming actually to. It's like now I think there's only Huh?
Asugas Prabhu is also.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, he's like the foremost. He's the ISKCON, like Sanskrit. There's only 5 villages in India where everyone speaks Sanskrit. So that should be part of our, we should put that on our agenda to increase the number of villages where people actually communicate. And would it not be amazing if this place became a Sanskrit-based, means of communication? I mean, it's very much possible. It just requires, a collective kind of consensus decision, okay? Because that's how they give, many years ago, coming back to Basa Ghosh Prabhu, he had made friends with someone, some Sanskrit scholar. From him, he learned, and then since many, many years, they have a few organizations in India. One of them, I think, quite prominent. Some of you probably know. They just go around teaching conversational Sanskrit. And the way they teach conversational Sanskrit is that from day one, they speak only Sanskrit.
It's through immersion. They don't teach
Yeah, right.
grammar.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No grammar.
It's
They
just like,
immerse you.
right. And it works. People come. I mean, I was surprised when I was in Vrindavan taking some courses. One of the courses was Sanskrit. So I took a 1-month Sanskrit course, learned the grammar like that, and then I could actually read, at the end of 1 month, some small sentences. Same thing with Bengali when I was in Mayapur many years ago, because they would write the Bengali verse on the board and I would correct it. I mean, I would. Sometimes they would make a mistake or something like that, But yeah, Sanskrit is so important, very, very important. That's why Prabhupada wanted. He had he wanted. That's why this IBM ISKCON Bhagavat Mahavidyalaya. Yeah. So he's the one who started. Actually, it had now it has IBM, but it had a similar name before. And that was, I think, early 2000 something.
How Prabhupada learned Sanskrit?
How? When?
Yeah. How?
You might have learned.
In school, possibly. Yeah, very often they teach in some grade.
He was going to this British, Scottish.
That was for his college education. For his primary, secondary education, I'm sure. Because even today, we learn Sanskrit in school. It's just not systematic, and they introduce it later. Even today, Sanskrit subject.
And it's still there, right? Okay,
but it starts at much later grade. What they should have done instead is just like when they start teaching Hindi, at the same time they should start teaching grammar. They wait until like middle school to do Sanskrit, and then it's not. They could do it deliver in a much better way so that people get proficient.
Right. Yeah. And okay, I think. Well, we can go to the next verse. We have a little bit of time, actually. So we'll do that. Next verse is.
Yeah, the internet says that Prabhupada said that in his time Sanskrit was compulsory in school in India. He studied Sanskrit as both a compulsory subject and addictionary. Up to the intermediate arts level, EA, he regularly studied Sanskrit.
Right.
That's what I believe.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, let's just read the next verse also, which is 3:7. Iti langita maryadham.
तिलङ्घितमर्यादम्
Takshaka Saptame Hani
तक्षकः सप्तमे हनि
Dakshati Sma Kulangaram
दक्षति स्म कुलाङ्गारम्
Chodito Me Tata Druham.
चोदितो मे तथा द्रुहम्.
Translation and purport. The Brahmana's son cursed the king thus. On the seventh day from today, a snake bird will bite the most wretched one of that dynasty, Maharaj Parikshit, because of his having broken the laws of etiquette by insulting my father. Purport. Thus the beginning of the misuse of Brahminical power began, and gradually the Brahmanas in the age of Kali became devoid of both Brahminical powers and culture. The Brahmana boy considered Maharaj Parikshit to be Kulangara, or the wretched of the dynasty. But factually, the Brahmana boy himself was so because only from him did the Brahmana caste become powerless. Like the snake whose poisoned teeth are broken. The snake is fearful as long as his poison teeth are there. It's interesting, huh? It's not the snake is fearful as long as its poison teeth. Normally, one. As long as his poison teeth are there. Otherwise, he is fearful only of children. The personality of Kali considered the Brahmana boy first conquered. The personality of Kali conquered the Brahmana boy first and gradually the other castes. Thus, the whole scientific system of the orders of society in this age has assumed the form, there's that word, the form of a vitiated caste system. I think it's an old rendering of like bad or whatever, corrupt, which is now being uprooted by another class of men similarly influenced by the age of Kali. One should see to the root cause of vitiation and not try to condemn the system as it is without knowledge of its scientific value. So that last line is very important. We were discussing a few days back how this is unfortunately what is generally taking place whenever there is some flaw or misuse. Then the general tendency is to just throw out the whole, system, which was the position taken by certain individuals, even to this day. Mm, and unless one takes the necessary time, one cannot really appreciate or understand the, as mentioned here, the scientific nature of this whole social system of Varna and Ashrama, which is referred to actually by our acharyas as perfect sociology or Vedic sociology. Yeah. Well, what does sociology mean? Science of social
interactions for common goal.
Hmm?
Social interaction for common goal.
Yes.
For common goal. That means.
But it's like we have philosophy, we have psychology, we have sociology. So, what's the root meaning of science? No, logic. That's Latin or Greek. What's the root? Greek or Latin? Logic.
Either Greek or Latin.
Right. There's some people have made, I believe there is a connection between Sanskrit, Greek and Latin.
Yes.
Anyone studied that before?
Yeah, we established Greek and Latin.
Right. Yeah, quite.
Many words actually, as it is.
Right.
Yeah, like Greek astrology is very famous, but it's all came from Sanskrit.
Greek astrology, yes. Yeah, well.
They came to India, learned it, but they didn't learn the nuances, and so it got corrupted.
Right. Like we have all kinds of mythology which are very akin, very similar.
Mithya becomes myth. Pat became path.
Yeah.
Matra, swasra, duhitra, mother, sister, daughter. You pick up so many words. It's just
correct.
Coming from Sanskrit.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And then that there was no proper parampara. So.
And also in Egypt. In Egypt, there is a scientific research that Brahmanas was kicking out from India, Bharat.
Okay.
And they went to Egypt to establish their own clan. And they established this famous culture in Egypt.
Okay.
Prabhupada writes in one purport, all the Kshatriyas driven out by Parsuram.
Yeah, that's also.
They went all over Europe.
Egypt also.
And they may brought them with them Brahmanas.
Yeah. The whole unknown, less known, not completely unknown, but less known history.
Maharaj, I heard one other kind of reason how the different ages establish different type of worship, like a main yoga worship.
Right.
Yoga dharma.
Yeah.
And I heard that when there was a yagya, which is yagya for the Lord, and because the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas become envious to each other, then the temple worship was established to correct that not proper interaction between them. And this is how the Lord changed the Yuga Dharma, because it has to have some correction. I don't remember, just 2 days ago I read it, but
okay.
It was a good source, so I believe in that. But of course, that should be supported by Shastra.
Yeah, you can bring us the reference and we'll...
reference.
Yeah, there's all kinds of... and well, that's why it is established in Kali Yuga, because the most accessible and easiest process for the vast majority is simply the holy name. But then people, then why Varnashram? That argument will be there.
Even that is difficult. Even chanting is difficult.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah.
And Prabhupada's last sentence is very important.
In the verse,
one should see to the root cause of meditation.
Yes.
I don't know what does it mean, meditation.
Yeah.
Anyway, and not try to condemn the system as it is without knowledge of its scientific value.
Yeah. Prabhupada uses that word in that essay, Gita Nagari, actually. Yeah. It's much less used, but corrupt, right?
Yeah.
It means what is distorted, and corrupt. Yes. Yeah, that's most important. But that requires a certain temperament, or not everyone can. That's a special feature of Brahmanas. They can analyze and go to the root cause of things, and others generally not so easily can okay, we can wind up for now. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Sri Prabhupada ki, Gaudati Manandi. Sanskrit language.